Hey everybody, welcome back to Tech Odyssey. So today I'm here to talk about my folding phones, the Foldables, my Samsung collection, the Z Fold 2, ta-da, and also the Z Flip 5G. And both of them are getting sent in tomorrow for servicing. And the Z Flip 5G has already gone once. They didn't fix it and they sent it back saying that it was perfectly fine. So that's problematic. I'll talk about that in this video, but primarily I'm here to talk about my concerns with these folding phones, because as we're coming up on, even less than a year now, a lot of people are having issues with them, having to send them in, having to get them fixed. And thank goodness for the warranty. Thank goodness for the warranty. But should we really be having those problems with our phones? Now, I want to talk about all this in this video, but before we get into all that, I do want to say if this is your first time stopping by the channel, thank you for being here. And if you watch my videos all the time, I love you guys. Thank you for the support and showing up day in and day out to watch the content that I make. And if you enjoy the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. Now let's talk about the folding phones. Okay, first and foremost, I want to talk about the Z Flip 5G. So the problem I'm having is when the phone is open, there's a crease right here. There's a crease in the screen, whether you can see that there or not. It's where the folding screen bends. And yes, likely that's where you're going to have the most problems, because that's where it opens and closes all the time. Lots of things are not necessarily meant to fold and bend in half, but defying the laws of physics and everything else, Samsung's found a way to do it. And I love it. I love this phone. I love the Z Flip 5G. If you've seen any of my other outpourings of love for this phone, it's fun. I like it a lot. I really enjoy it, but this is problematic. So here's what happens. You'll hear this on the microphone. You'll probably hear that little popping sound. And what it is as I run my finger over the crease right here, not on the right side, only on the left side, it makes this popping noise. And it makes the same noise when you open it and close it now. So I'm not really exactly sure what's going on. I don't know if something got under there. I don't know if the screen is separating from the phone, but it's not supposed to do that. And I sent it off once and detailed instructions. And it's funny because I talked to the Samsung person today, reading off the notes, and said, when you at the crease, there's a popping noise. So they sent it back and said there was nothing wrong with it. They gave me this laundry list of stuff I've got in the box right here. So they gave me this laundry list of stuff, things that they checked and tested on it. It's got an entire report card of stuff. Power test, charging test, display test, keypad touch test, speakerphone, in-call, all sorts of things. It's crazy. All the things they supposedly tested, sent it back exactly the same as I sent it to them, and says that there's nothing wrong with it. So sending it back again. Hopefully I get a better outcome this time. And then the Z Fold 2. So I was actually showing this to a friend of mine, and they were like, oh cool, you got the folding phone. I was looking at getting the new S21 Ultra, or maybe the Note 20 Ultra, because I've got a Note 10 Plus right now. And I'm like, yeah, you can look at the Fold. Let me go get it. I'd never really use this phone anymore. It's not my favorite. That's a whole nother video and saga on its own. It's a great phone. It's not my favorite one to use. Actually, I've been using the OnePlus 9 Pro since I got it. Totally love it. I really like that phone. So nothing really has been able to pry itself out of my hands, especially not the Z Fold 2. But I went ahead and I grabbed it, turned it on, opened it up, and lo and behold, there's a red line that goes all the way across the screen. Now you can't see it. It's like one single line on the screen, like when you have a bad display, you have a line of pixels go out, whatever. So it's uniform from the right to the left to right, whatever, going horizontally across the screen here. So when I called Samsung to send my Z Flip back, now I'm sending this one in too. So two different stories here. I still have the box from when they sent my Z Flip back. So they're not sending me a box for that. They just emailed me a UPS label, next day overnight shipping. It's great. They'll have it fixed in 3 to 5 business days. I think that's pretty acceptable. And then also with my Z Fold 2, I didn't really have a box laying around. I felt comfortable in mailing it back in. So they're sending me a box with a label. So I will say the concierge service, the Z premium service, whatever they call it with Samsung, is actually really good. You call them, you get a hold of somebody, they're really, really fast and very good at what they do. So I don't have any complaints there. The service that goes along with them is good. And I would hope that it would be, because one, this phone costs $2,000 without tax, and the Z Flip 5G was $1449 plus tax. So that's a lot of money, and it's especially a lot of money to be having these issues with parts failing on the phone. And a new one I've seen some other people, phone less than a year old, of course, because the Z Fold 2's not been out that long, getting like a break in the crease in the middle of the screen because of all the opening and closing. And I know that when they tested these things, it's supposed to be like 200,000 or something. I don't remember the number. It's some really high number how many times they open and close these things. But that's in like a ideal environment where I'm sure the humidity is probably 50%. It's probably 70 degrees in there. It's not out in the elements. It's not exposed to heat, humidity, different weather variations, different tolerances and things are impacted by the variables in the weather. So I can only imagine that as somebody uses it over and over and over, you know, they eat their pizza, they get their grease stains on the screen, I mean, whatever. There's different things that will impact the structural integrity and also impact the way that the phone works and the materials that are in it. So when you have a basically plastic, I mean, yes, it's UTG, ultra thin glass on both of them, but yeah, these are some serious issues. And I'm wondering maybe if the technology was still just not quite there yet. But also, how much real world testing do they have? When they test these in the lab, they test them exactly in a lab. It's not like somebody's carrying them, using them and abusing them on a day-to-day basis like me and a lot of other people are, and them not holding up. There's been issues with the hinge, there's been issues with the screen. So hopefully, as the Z Fold 3 and the Z Flip 3 get ready to come out probably sometime in the next couple of months, hopefully they'll be better moving forward. But I have to kind of wonder though, if part of the reason the price tag is so high and the reason they give you that one screen replacement for $150, or they have such a good warranty, maybe they expect it to fail. Maybe Samsung makes these with the expectation that maybe they won't hold up. And I mean, maybe that's okay, I guess. I mean, it's very frustrating to me if that's how they do business, but if they wanted to be the first one to the market, there was a certain level of risk that had to be taken there. And of course, with the original Z Fold, people were peeling off the screen, because that top layer was not supposed to be removed. So it's great these issues seem to be popping up within the first year, so you have the opportunity to get them fixed. But what happens if 14, 15 months into using this phone, then you've got a catastrophic failure of your screen, and then you got to pay for it out of pocket? I mean, that's concerning. So if you don't have the money to buy one of these, I'm not saying that somebody shouldn't finance one. I'm not saying you shouldn't go pay $2,000 for it, but really examine whether this phone is worth $2,000 to you. And if a year from now, if something fails, are you going to be able to pay to get the screen replaced? Because it's very expensive. It's not cheap. Like, yeah, it's $100 if you have the insurance. Definitely get the insurance. Please get the insurance if you're worried about keeping this long term. I'm going to trade this one in when I get the new Z Flip 3, the Z Fold, whatever. So I don't really have mine beyond a year, but please get the insurance on it. Because, yeah, this is something that can seriously impact your wallet if you're not planning on this. And who's planning on it? Who's planning on their phone breaking, right? I mean, I'm not. I'm like, hey, let me just use my phone. I enjoy it. It's got a 1-year manufacturer's warranty. Clearly, they've tested this. There should be no problems. And here I am with both of my folding phones, both about the 7-8 month mark, both of them having issues, and I got to send them back to Samsung to get them fixed. So these are just some things to think about, some food for thought. I mean, they're great. I love being able to use them. I love the versatility. I love what they bring to the table. Samsung has done an amazing job with making these phones. I mean, I bought both of them with my own money. They don't send me anything. Samsung doesn't send me anything. So it's not like there's any sort of sponsor bias or anything here. This is me spending my hard-earned money on these phones. I love the Z Flip 5G. I've made that very, very obvious in a lot of videos. And I like the Z Fold too. It's just, you know, it's not really for me. I just find myself using the front screen all the time. I'm too busy. I don't open it up and close it all the time. And thank goodness I don't, because, hey, then that screen might have more issues too. So we'll see what happens. Gonna get these fixed. Gonna get them sent into Samsung. I'm very, very confident in the process they have. Yes, this last go around kind of irritated me a little bit, but I think they'll get it fixed this time. As long as they fix it like they're supposed to, whatever. I don't have any hard feelings, but they need to get them fixed. I'm glad that they have such a streamlined process for this. It does give me confidence in that. I'm glad that they take such good care of their premium customers with these really expensive phones, but the underlying hardware issues starting to put a lot of seeds of doubt in my mind with whether this technology is ready yet. I mean, is it really ready to hold up for 2, 3, 4 years? Because you can finance them that long. If you can finance a phone for 3 years, it darn sure better hold up that long, and I sure hope you got the insurance. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, or I told you so's, then please stack them up in the comments. I'll address them and get back to you guys. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.